In the ever-evolving story of when will Disneyland be open again, we have two news items that broke today that are going to take us one step closer, very close actually, to getting that answer. First, per the Disney Parks News Twitter feed, Disney will be submitting a proposal to the state of Florida tomorrow for their plans to reopen Walt Disney World. Now, obviously, we don't have the details of that proposal, but I suspect, it seems reasonable to think it'll be something close to Universal's proposal, although I'm wondering if they're going to do something like what Universal did with annual passes in terms of allowing them an advance, entry into the park and then having regular, single-day ticket guests after that. I'm not sure if that's a thing that Disney is into taking care of annual pass holders. I will say that. They are a priority. But I'm wondering if they're going to be the same priority that they have been because of this unique situation. In fact, I can envision a scenario where for the first month or so, you're going to have to buy a single-day ticket to get in, whether or not you have an annual pass. That's a possibility. That is something that could happen. Now, one thing that I don't have any doubt about whatsoever, one thing that I am positive on, and that is whatever plan Disney does submit, the state of Florida is going to accept it. I refer you once more to the interview that we saw in the last video with the mayor of Orange County, Florida. And in it, he was asked specifically, have you received a proposal from Walt Disney World and will you approve it? And he said without hesitation, yes, I will approve it. In other words, it doesn't matter what's in that proposal. They could have handed him a packet that just says Disney World proposal on it and he would have said, yep, that's good. We're all set here. Meanwhile, over here on the left coast, I reported earlier that Orange County in California had entered phase 2, which again is similar to what Florida's phase 1 was. We've entered phase 2. Now, I can attest, I've been out there in phase 2, and it looks the same as phase 1 to me. A lot of places closed. I'm still waiting for that actual phase 2 thing to happen, although it is a little bit. I went to Orange. There were people sitting in restaurants, but still, most of the stores are closed. You can't really shop except for at Target. But other locations like, I don't know, but malls are still closed, that kind of thing. But today, Governor Newsom confirmed that Disneyland and all theme parks in the state of California will be included in phase 3. And this is newsworthy because, as we had mentioned previously, theme parks were not mentioned in any of the phased plans that they were talking about in either California or Florida for that matter. Now, even though we just entered phase 2, it's not as though phase 3 is some far off number. As a matter of fact, Newsom addressed that as well, saying that, it may seem like it's a long way. It may feel like it's a year or months or whatever, but it could be as soon as a month even. And it all really depends on the stats. That's pretty much the deciding factor. There's no hard date per se. They're not going to say this is the day it's going to happen no matter what. What matters is how are the stats doing? Are cases up or down? And per Newsom's statement, a county can be doing no worse than stable. Well, he didn't say that specifically, that's my inference. A county should be doing no worse than stable. So if there's any kind of increase, you're not going into phase 3. But if you're at least maintaining your current levels today, let's say in a month from now, I think there's a good chance that they will be green lit, that phase 3 will be opened up. And that is, like I said, a month from now. What is that? That's the end of June. And that, you may think, okay, well now it's going to be a little more time before they can go into, start, getting an opening plan. But understand, Universal, I think it was a week later, they submitted a plan for an opening in a week. And I expect tomorrow, Disney's plan with Disney World will be a date very near in the future. Not a far off date, but something very near. But I do think the most likely scenario is tomorrow. This is my bet. Tomorrow's announcement will be for a July 1st opening date. And if they're doing that today, what is it? It's May 26th today. So that gives them a month and 5 days to get the park ready for a July 1st opening. I personally think they had a date and a plan ready to go for a little while now, and they're just waiting to make that announcement. So, given the current state of mind of Governor Newsom and the state of California, and trying to read the tea leaves and how things have been progressing, up to date, I feel like we're just days away from an announcement regarding Downtown Disney from Disneyland. So we're going to get that Downtown Disney announcement here, and I think, in a couple days, especially if the reception is positive for their announcement tomorrow. And then maybe a few weeks after that, we'll get a proposal. Once, well, actually, they could do it even ahead of Newsom's opening up for Phase 3. I feel like Disney could actually, just like Universal did, have a plan ready to go before they've even announced Phase 3 or Phase 2 in Florida. But I think in a few weeks after Downtown Disney is when I would expect a proposal for the reopening of Disneyland. And again, this should not be a surprise to anybody in terms of what the actual proposal is, because we're going to know tomorrow. They're going to give us the same one, right? The proposal that Disneyland gives is going to be the same thing, without a doubt, as we've already seen from other parks and from Disney World. That is, of course, that the stats, remain at least stable, hopefully decreasing. Fingers crossed. All right, guys, that's it. That's our update for today. We're going to have another one of these for you tomorrow, hopefully, with full details of Disney's plan for Disney World. Like I said, I would expect it to be the same for Disneyland. So stay tuned for that. And until then, don't forget to always be kind to one another. We love you guys. And fresh baked.